Three Rivers is blaming Corpus Christi for draining its water supply faster than expected. We're going to explain the dispute and how both cities are responding.
Plus, the Corpus Christi City Council is tackling major water issues today. We'll explain what a new discussion over the Evangeline Aquifer means for your water supply. And a Kingsville mother and her 7-year-old daughter are detained by ICE despite having legal documents. We're going to explain the push to get them released. The Chris 6 Sunrise starts now. Hey there, good Tuesday morning, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in to Chris 6 Sunrise. Waking up with the Hoffmans today. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman. Folks, it's only Tuesday. But you know what? That's okay. We're going to help you get through your morning. Let's check in with meteorologist Stephen Jones to see how the roadways and the weather's looking today. Good morning.
Morning.
Well, good morning, you guys. You know, we are still getting through the week, of course, but a little bit of fog out there. Temperature-wise, I'm not complaining, at least this morning. We are much warmer than where we were just last week. Here's a live view from our SPID Skycam. Luckily, not too much of that fog has worked into Corpus Christi itself, but as you can see, not tracking any of those major slowdowns so far. SPID is starting to pick up a little bit, but luckily still looking good and green out there. As we're checking those temperatures you're waking up to, about 65 degrees on the board for Alice as well as Kingsville so far. Rockport coming in the warmest on the board, 70 degrees there, 65 also for Corpus Christi and Beeville so far. But keep in mind, we do have some of that fog out there. Beeville and Alice with the most reduced visibilities sitting at about half of a mile right now. That fog will burn off though closer to 9 and 10 a.m. and then the sunshine comes back out into our afternoon. That puts us back into the 80s for the afternoon, chasing 85 for our daytime high here in Corpus Christi. But if you're getting ready to head out for work for the day, here's how that traffic is flowing. No issues on the Harbor Bridge right now, and same goes for our major roadways here in Corpus Christi. So just setting up for a good and green Tuesday morning. I'll have more details about the rest of the week coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Stephen. Appreciate it. We're going to check back in with you in just a little bit. But first, Three Rivers officials, they're blaming inaccurate water projections for a major change. They say that Corpus Christi is now releasing more water from Choke Canyon into Lake Corpus Christi. The city says that, quote, this is a change from what was previously communicated by the city of Corpus Christi to the city of Three Rivers as recently as January of 2026, end quote. The city of Corpus Christi has responded to these allegations by the city of Three Rivers saying, quote, there have been no operational changes in the city of Corpus Christi's management of Choke Canyon Reservoir. The water projection models are accurate, and the city of Corpus Christi is in full compliance with all water rights issued by TCEQ. This comes after Three Rivers was told their water would last until 2027. The city administrator says that they are working around the clock. Officials are now making sure that their existing well system is ready to step in. They're also working to bring additional water sources online. Neighbor News reporter Melissa Trevino will have more from Three Rivers, I should say, coming up in our 20 minutes of nonstop news.
City leaders are making major decisions about your water supply today. The Corpus Christi City Council is looking at a potential water sale agreement, and that deal is with Aquatech at the C.C. Palmer's plant. Council members will also consider updating the city's drought plan, and the change would exempt medical services and private wells from certain restrictions. Leaders will also get a briefing on the overall water supply. Then they will discuss groundwater rights in the Evangeline Aquifer.
Tanya Werner, a Canadian national, and her daughter, Ayla Lucas, were detained by ICE agents in Sarita on March 14 on their way home from a baby shower in Raymondville. Tanya presented her passport, Texas driving license, and her work permit to agents, which was valid until 2030, but that was not enough. Tanya and Ayla were taken to the Rio Grande Valley Ursula Central Processing Center. They were moved to the one in Dilley. Tanya was able to provide Chris 6 News with the following statement. We sat in fear for 5.5 hours. The CBP officers tore us out of our home, away from our friends and family, and used fear-mongering and mental abuse to further intimidate us to deport ourselves. Chris 6 News reached out to the office of Vicente Gonzalez, who says his office has been working with DHS to get the family released. But the family still has questions as to why this even happened.
And that was Stephanie Molina reporting. An explosion at a Southeast Texas refinery is prompting safety concerns. It happened Monday at the Valero refinery in Port Arthur. Witnesses reported hearing a loud boom that shook homes. Fire officials say a heater unit may be involved. No injuries or evacuations have been reported, and emergency crews are now closely monitoring the air quality.
Emergency crews in Denver responded to a partial parking garage collapse. The incident happened Monday afternoon. Crews used drones and specialized cameras to search the area. The images show significant damage and large cracks along the top level. The Denver Fire Department says that 2 vehicles were crushed, but fortunately, no injuries have been reported.
Well, howdy and happy Tuesday, Coastal Bend. I'm meteorologist Stephen Jones. Taking a view from our studio Skycam, you can definitely see our sparkling city by the sea. You can notice that moisture in our atmosphere so far. Luckily, you haven't seen any of that fog working into Corpus Christi so far. Temperature-wise, we're waking up to about 65 degrees and very light winds out of the southeast, 3 miles an hour here in Corpus Christi right now. But in your neighborhood, temperatures were a little warmer there in Rockport, coming in at 70 degrees on the money, and same for the Naval Air Station out there. But as we work inland, starts to get a little bit of a cool off there. 63 degrees for Alice so far. San Diego waking up to 65 degrees out there out to the west, and George West coming in at about 69 degrees so far. All of us, as we roll through the rest of our Tuesday, though, we see that fog burn off at about 9 to 10 a.m. The sunshine comes back out, and those 80s return as we're heading into this afternoon. 82 by 1 p.m., 84 by that 3 p.m. hour, and I think we touch up to 85 degrees here in Corpus Christi, maybe even flirting with that 90-degree mark for areas towards Duval County. Freer, Falfurrias, chasing that 88 and 89-degree mark, respectively. As you work closer to the coast, though, relative humidity is just a little bit higher, of course, with your proximity to the water. That's where we see those daytime highs just come in a little cooler. Rockport, Port Aransas, closer to those upper 70s for your daytime high. As we roll through the next few days, though, really going to be on a rinse and repeat pattern. 85 degrees as we head into tomorrow, 84 Thursday, 86 by Friday. We're just bouncing around the 85-degree mark, but plenty of sunshine on the way each day and a little bit of a breeze into the afternoons. It's all a result of that high pressure overhead. We were tracking one last week, and we've got another one for this week for our final week of March. Going into the next few days, you can see how it remains overhead and works even more over the Lone Star State. That's meaning our temperature is going to continue to stay on the rise, or at least stay stable and well above average, and keep the rain chances away for now. Here's how they're shaping up over the next 7 days. Touches up into the isolated category, but that's mainly reading what the fog is doing in the morning, maybe just a little bit of that mist on the windshields. As we get ready for our next cold front by Friday night, we do see it touch back up into that isolated category, but we're going to have a big cap overhead, meaning any of that rain that really tries to get going is going to just be stopped by the atmosphere, and might just see a few showers as it passes through, but not the significant rainfall that we do need. So how it's all coming out on the 7-day forecast: 85, 84, 86 degrees through the next few days, like we talked about, even through Friday for those temperatures. Then by that cold front's arrival, we see the brief chance for a couple of light showers. The bigger change is going to be in those temperatures, which is brief itself, from 86 degrees to 80 degrees for those daytime highs from Friday into Saturday. But that next warm-up ensues as we head into closeout March by next Tuesday.
The Department of Homeland Security has a new leader coming up on Sunrise. Joe St. George explains if this means the shutdown agency may reopen soon.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
So Mark Wayne Mullen is the new Secretary of Homeland Security. The Senate confirmed the Oklahoma Republican on Monday. He takes over an agency that currently is shut down.
Mullen replaces Kristi Noem after President Trump ousted her. And now that a new leader is in place, lawmakers are expressing optimism about funding the agency.
Yeah, we want to bring in our Deputy Political Director, Mr. Joe St. George, to talk about it this morning. Hey, good morning, Joe. Good to see you, sir. What is the latest on a potential deal to reopen DHS?
Well, you're right. There's a lot of optimism on this front, and that's good news because for several weeks, I mean, we're entering almost 6 weeks of the Department of Homeland Security being shut down. For several weeks, there was absolutely zero optimism. Nothing has been settled yet. No language is out yet. This thing could potentially fall apart. We've seen that story before. But yesterday, Senate Republicans, Senate Democrats both expressed optimism that we could be in the final days of this Department of Homeland Security shutdown. And that is massive news, especially for people watching us right now, having their coffee and eggs with us. Maybe you got a trip planned, Easter, heading to an airport. I mean, it's been travel chaos in many airports around the country, including some airports in Texas. I mean, I was looking at Houston yesterday. They were reporting on their website 250-minute wait times. I had to get the calculator out to say how many hours is that to get through TSA security. The lines have been chaotic in many major travel hubs. In fact, so bad in Atlanta, they took down the time it takes to get through security on their website. So this is what a deal likely looks like, and this is based on what lawmakers have told reporters in recent hours here on Capitol Hill and other conversations. It looks as though the president and Senate Republicans may, and we stress may, greenlight funding all of DHS, so FEMA, TSA, other important components of the Department of Homeland Security, but not allow funding for ICE to not happen. So essentially, fund all of the Department of Homeland Security except for ICE, deal with ICE at a later date. And ICE already has funding from President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill. If that's the path out of this, that may be something Democrats will agree to end this shutdown and, more importantly, mitigate some of those long security lines. You're never going to solve long security lines completely during spring break travel season, but what has been going on is obviously not the norm given the significant number of call-outs from frustrated, emotionally drained, financially strained TSA workers. So there's optimism here. We'll see what today brings on this front, but this is, I think, the top story on Capitol Hill this morning, whether or not some DHS deal can actually be reached in the coming hours or not.
Yeah, Joe, well, we're crossing our fingers, especially making sure that those folks who are working get paid.
Yeah, exactly. Interesting developments, Joe. Thank you so much for your time today.
Well, good Tuesday morning there, Coastal Bend, taking a view from our Snoopy's Pier Skycam thanks to Matthew CCAC. Not too much fog here, luckily, by Snoopy's Pier. Temperature-wise, we're sitting at 70 degrees so far. Winds are out of the southeast about 7 miles per hour. Not too bad for our Tuesday morning, but as you work your way inland, we are seeing some more developments of that patchy fog out there. Alice and Hebronville, both your visibility sitting at a half of a mile right now. Falfurrias is coming in just over 3/4 of a mile. Over at the International Airport, about 4 miles of visibility, so seeing some slight reductions here closer to Corpus Christi, but keeping our eyes on it as we go through the next couple of hours. Models did have quite a bit more fog around the area. You could see it overdoing it, but gets the story across that after we see that daybreak and going into 9 and 10 a.m., we definitely see pretty clear skies across the Coastal Bend. Not any more of that fog, just holding on to a little bit over the waters by that 11 a.m. hour. As we're looking at those temperatures, currently waking up to the 60s for most of us. Ingleside 69 degrees, and we're matching that off to the north in George West. Freer 65 and matching that for San Diego and Falfurrias so far this morning. Here in Corpus Christi also coming in at that 65 degree mark. As we're getting ready for that bus stop forecast here in just about another hour, chasing those mid-60s with a little bit of the fog still around. By the time we're heading into the afternoon for that 3 p.m. pickup, though, chasing 83 degrees and 85 for that daytime high here in Corpus Christi. Luckily, winds aren't too bad. They're only out of the southeast, about 15 to 20 miles an hour for us, but not too bad of a Tuesday overall. Those actual air temperature highs for us chasing about the 90 degree mark over towards Duval County. Hebronville and Falfurrias 89 degrees. Towards the coast, though, Port Aransas and Rockport coming in at that 77 and 78 degree mark, respectively. Through the next few days, though, we're on a bit of a copy and paste forecast, and it's all a result of that high pressure overhead. This red ridge you could see building in through the next couple of days. Going to keep our temperatures really stable for us here in the Coastal Bend, and unfortunately keep the rain chances away for now. You can see through the next 7 days only touches up into that isolated category. I really don't think we're going to be seeing any significant rainfall through the next few days, and when you consider that ongoing drought, the extreme and exceptional drought into our areas, even into the watershed, we do still hold on to that high forecast fire danger today, and really through the next few days, unfortunately, we're still going to hold on to this high forecast fire danger going from today into tomorrow and even into our Thursday across the Coastal Bend. Slight slightly expands across the region. So with the ongoing burn bans, just don't do any of that burning. But I do hope you're able to get outside and enjoy some of the nice weather. We're chasing that 85-degree mark pretty much daily through Friday. By Friday night, that next cold front arrives. That drops us down to 80 for that daytime high by Saturday night. But as we get ready to close out March next week, we start that warm up right back up into the mid-80s.
How did island businesses fare this spring break? I'm Jacob Daniels, hearing from them directly to see if the tides were in their favor.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Spring break has come and gone, and for island businesses, that means one thing. It's money time. I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Jacob Daniels, and for some island businesses, they're calling it a big year. Everyone knows that for 2 weeks, Padre Island is packed. It has tourists flooding in from across the country, hitting the beach and the shops. But did you know that Corpus Christi is a destination for world travelers as well?
I'm from Leamington Spa in England.
I visited 3 island businesses to see how spring break was helping the money come in. That's where I ran into David Winterburn, who asked me to take his photo. While some people shy away from the crowded shores during this time, turns out that David had a different sentiment about spring break than others during this busy season.
I think we've just managed to miss that. Yeah. It would have been nice to get involved a bit and see a few people and a bit of the partying.
Even though tourists like David missed the peak, tourism is still going strong, and for island businesses, that kind of draw is exactly what they count on.
The last 2 weeks of spring break have been really busy. We've been seeing a lot of tourists from all over the country coming in and shopping here, and it's just been great to see everybody come in and be able to shop for whatever they need for the beach.
Island Sports' sister store across the street, Third Coast Beach Company, also shared the same thoughts.
It was packed. You know, the kids were having a great time on the beach. There was a lot of families through here, and I didn't really hear any complaints about flights.
And with spring break drawing visitors from down the street and across the Atlantic, businesses say the busy season doesn't have an off switch. Spring break may be over, but the tourists and the money are still flowing in. Reporting on Padre Island, Jacob Daniels, Chris 6 News.
Well, howdy and happy Tuesday. Coastal Bend taking a live view from our SPID Skycam. You can see that steady stream of cars heading westbound on SPID, but still not tracking any of those major slowdowns so far. Temperature-wise, we're waking up to the 60s and 70s out there. 70 degrees in Rockport as well as the Naval Air Station. Beeville coming in at that 65-degree mark, and so far we're matching that in Alice and Kingsville. There's a couple areas of fog out there, mainly towards Beeville and Alice right now with visibilities as low as half of a mile, so something to keep in mind as you're getting ready to head out the door. But all of us, as we go through the rest of our Tuesday, gonna have plenty of sunshine this afternoon. I'm calling about 85 degrees for our daytime high here in Corpus Christi on the warm-up, and then dropping those temperatures 71 by that 10 p.m. hour. As we're getting ready to head out this morning, though, here's how that traffic is currently flowing. No issues on the Harbor Bridge, and for our major roadways here in Corpus Christi, also coming in the clear. For drivers out there towards Live Oak County, mainly towards Three Rivers, and that's so we could see some of those intermittent closures on I-37. This is mainly between Highway 281 and Highway 59, and this is going to last until 8 p.m. today, so just something to keep in mind. Other than that, setting up for a good and green Tuesday morning. I'll have more details about the rest of the week coming up after the break. Well, hey there and happy Tuesday. Coastal Bend, I'm meteorologist Stephen Jones. Taking a live view from our studio Skycam, you can see the Harbor Bridge and downtown in view, our sparkling city by the sea, but those temperatures, we're waking up to about 65 degrees so far. Winds out of the southeast 3 miles an hour, and you could definitely notice that moisture in the atmosphere. Luckily, not too much fog here in Corpus Christi right now, but as you work your way inland, seeing some more dense fog out there. Alice reading about 1/3 of a mile of visibility. Falfurrias also coming in at just over 3/4 of a mile. Hebbronville was holding on to about a half a mile. Now it's up to about 1 mile, but still, if you run into any of that fog out there, just give yourself some extra caution on the roadways this morning. Even the International Airport reading about just over 3/4 of a mile, so keeping our eyes on this as we head through the next hour or two. Luckily, by about 8 to 9 a.m., that's when we start to see that humidity decrease, and those winds, they're going to start increasing around that same time. Both of those factors are going to work to dissipate some of that fog, so it shouldn't last too long after we see that sunrise. Let's take a closer look look at our temperatures now with our Chris 6 Neighborhood Weather Network. On the south side, Bent Trail Drive coming in at 68 degrees, Garden Court 67, Taylor's Way Court, the cool spot on the board, coming in at 66 so far. As we work our way inland, Kingsville, here's your temperatures coming in at 67 degrees from southwest Kingsville. Bishop Badger, Meadowbrook coming in at that 66 degree mark. But as we're heading through the next few hours, let's take a look at the dog walk forecast. Today's star is going to be Jenna Hatch there over from Jim Wells County. Says her favorite place to take a walk is over by Lake Corpus Christi, and hey, that's not such a bad place for it. But as we go through the next few hours, temperatures for Jenna's walk going to be on the rise. 69 by that 9 a.m. hour, 77 by 11 a.m., and already chasing 80 degrees on the money by that lunchtime noon hour for us here in Corpus Christi. As we're looking at your temperatures around the coastal bend, we warm up a little bit working our way out west where your relative humidity not quite as high in Duval County, chasing 88 degrees for Freer, chasing 89 for areas towards Hebronville and Falfurrias. If you do find yourself closer to the coast though, Port Aransas, Rockport coming closer to those upper 70s for your daytime highs today. As we're walking through the future tracker heading into today, plenty of sunshine on the way, but going into the overnight hours, we see the redevelopment of some of that cloud cover and also a chance for some more patchy fog by tomorrow morning. Luckily, that same story as we go into tomorrow, where it should dissipate pretty quickly for us. But we're going to be on this rinse and repeat action through the next few days. It's all this a result, I should say, of this stubborn high pressure that's working overhead. That's going to keep our temperatures stable and those rain chances low heading through the next few days. So how it's all shaping up on our 7-day forecast, looking pretty nice other than the lack of rain on it. Hopefully you're able to get out there and enjoy that nice 85-degree day really through Friday. This is on that repeat action. That cold front works in by Friday night, dropping us off to 80 degrees by the weekend. But then as we head into next week, getting ready to close out March on Tuesday, we'll already see that warm up back into the mid-80s.
Target is cutting prices on thousands of items, and Kroger could be next. I'm business and tech correspondent Maura Barrett with how stores are using price cuts to win you over.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
At least 2 major chains say price cuts are here or on the way. Target announced it's lowering prices on thousands of items this spring, while Kroger CEO says price cuts could come later this year. These moves are big wins for consumers, but it's also a way for stores to stand out in a competitive retail landscape.
Shoppers are still adjusting to higher bills.
We find ways around expensive items like especially meats and stuff.
But shopping this spring might be a little sweeter.
I mean, everything's better with a price drop.
In March, Target announced 5 to 20% price reductions on 3,000 items in categories like apparel, home, shoes, baby items, and pantry staples. One of the CEO's moves to win back shoppers. While Target may have been first to announce widespread price cuts, RetailMeNot's Stephanie Carls says others are following suit.
Amazon, of course, they have their big spring sale that is coming up. Walmart is focusing heavily on low prices.
We're in the middle of a price war, right?
Retail and supply chain expert Brett Rose says while there's a huge appetite for lower prices, retailers are also trying to stand out in a crowded field of discount retailers.
I think it's a little bit of a marketing ploy, to be honest with you. They did lower prices. They're being, conscious of a lot of their consumers. And they also want to get her in the door, right?
In an earnings call, Kroger's new CEO, Greg Foran, said lowering prices is a top priority. He said the company plans to pay for those cuts by trimming costs behind the scenes. Carl says current and future price adjustments say a lot about how people are spending their money.
People are still spending, but they are taking more time before they are actually hitting that buy button or putting things, in their cart and checking out. So Target is usually a good read on that middle of the road shopper.
Rose's prediction for the future, another early start to Black Friday.
So what is Target doing? End of Q1, they're getting ahead because the end of Q2, we're in the holidays. And we're not, but we are.
So how do you win as the consumer? If you are planning a purchase, take advantage of lower prices, but don't spend on what you don't need. Maura Barrett, Scripps News Group.
Well, hey, folks, if your Easter basket feels a little bit lighter this year, you're not imagining it. New numbers show Easter candy prices are up 67% since 2020. A study from Investors Observer shows that price jumps, well, it's hitting families hard at the checkout. A family spending $93 on Easter candy is now getting about 40% less than a few years ago. To get you the same amount you bought back in 2020, you'd have to spend about $155. Higher costs are playing into this, but you're also getting less.
There's also what's called shrinkflation, where the actual product itself is actually shrinking in size. So prices are higher and the quantity is also lower.
So take Cadbury mini eggs, for example. The bag quantity shrank from 10 ounces to 9 ounces with no price drop. One of the biggest offenders is Hershey's milk chocolate bar. It's the exact same size, but the price per ounce has jumped more than 100%.
Well, howdy and happy Tuesday. Coastal Bend taking a live view from our Snoopy's Pier Skycam thanks to Matthews CCAC. We're sitting at about 70 degrees here by Snoopy's Pier. Winds out of the southeast 7 miles per hour, and not too bad of a Tuesday morning if you ask me as we're heading out there. Taking a look from that SPID Skycam, more of the same, but temperature-wise in your neighborhoods, waking up to 65 degrees in Beeville, 70 for Rockport so far. Alice waking up to 66 degrees with Hebronville coming in the coldest, about 64 this morning. But something else to point out, those visibilities, looking at about a half a mile of visibility there in Beeville as well as Alice this morning, even over by the International Airport reading just over 3/4 of a mile. So something to be mindful of as we're heading out this morning. Here's a more graphical view of it. You can see most of that fog really pushing off towards the southwest, but some of it sneaking its way into Corpus Christi. Through the rest of our Tuesday, though, all of us are going to be on the warm-up chasing those 80s this afternoon, calling about 85 degrees here in Corpus Christi with winds out of the southeast 10 to 15 miles per hour. Of course, looking like a good Tuesday, but I'll have more details on the rest of the week coming up for you in that next full 7-day forecast.
Three Rivers could lose its water supply from Choke Canyon sooner than expected. We'll explain the backup plan and how Corpus Christi is responding.
And knowing your rights at the airport, we explain what immigration officials can and cannot do while you travel.
Now, 20 minutes of nonstop news, sponsored by Ewald Kubota.
I'm Melissa Trevino, your neighborhood news reporter in Three Rivers. City officials here just learned from Corpus Christi that changes in water projections may soon cut off water from the Choke Canyon Reservoir. On Monday, Three Rivers officials released this statement, saying Corpus Christi plans to release more water from Choke Canyon into Lake Corpus Christi.
We just wanted to keep our residents informed, up to date. We've been meeting with Corpus a couple weeks ago, and the City of Corpus had told us they were doing some updates on their projections.
City Manager Thomas Salazar says this decision from Corpus Christi could leave Three Rivers without water, something they didn't expect this soon. Salazar says they were told by Corpus Christi city officials they would have water through 2027.
We'll be working on our third source, and we'll be making sure that that's up and going to make sure we keep water flowing through for our community.
In response to Three Rivers, the city of Corpus Christi released this statement, saying there have been no operational changes in how they manage the reservoir, and that water projection models are regularly updated based on drought conditions and other factors. As the Coastal Bend's water crisis continues, it's left neighbors concerned.
Yes, it is a good thing for Corpus, but it's leaving our small town a little bit hopeless, and our town's going to look a lot more dead, and it's going to really just drain the life out of our town.
Lori Herring is only 16, but she's seen how the ongoing drought has impacted her home.
We know everybody's in the hard times right now. We're not the only city. There's other cities below us that are in the same position, and that's why we've been working constantly around the clock.
Over the last year, Three Rivers has been preparing, making sure its existing well system is ready to step in, and now officials are working to bring on another water well. While this is concerning, city leaders say they're working on backup options to keep water flowing. In Three Rivers, I'm Melissa Trevino, your neighborhood news reporter, Crest 6 News.
Melissa, thank you so much. And you know, the Corpus Christi City Council is tackling major water issues today. Leaders are looking at a potential water sale agreement, and that deal is with Aquatech at the CC Palmer's plant. Council members will also consider updating the drought plan, and the change would exempt medical services and private wells from certain restrictions. Leaders will also get a briefing on the water supply. Then they will discuss groundwater rights in the Evangeline Aquifer.
So the Corpus Christi City Council will discuss the future of Mayor Paulette Guajardo today. Local resident Rachel Caballero filed the petition last August to remove the mayor from office. Council members Carolyn Vaughn, Gil Hernandez, and Eric Cantu asked to put the petition on today's agenda. The petition calls for the mayor's removal on several grounds, including wrongdoing, misconduct. It also accuses her of incompetence and willful neglect of her official duties. We asked the mayor for her reaction.
The partial government shutdown is causing major delays at airports across the country. Here in the Coastal Bend, travelers are avoiding the chaos. TSA workers are calling out sick nationwide, and the Trump administration is deploying ICE agents to busy airports in Houston, Atlanta, and New Orleans to help with security lines. But things are remaining calm at Corpus Christi International Airport. Officials say their TSA team continues to show up for work.
Here at Corpus Christi International Airport, everything's still running pretty smoothly. We have a great TSA team that continues to show up.
Recent arrivals at CCIA say their flights have been smooth with no long lines. However, some local residents flying out of bigger hubs like New Orleans reports waiting more than 2 hours to get through security. And officials say even with ICE agents assisting, long lines are still possible and wait times can change quickly. You know, I saw that firsthand while traveling with Larissa Liska through Orlando International Airport on Sunday. Signs estimated about a 20-minute walk to the gate, but it took more than an hour to get through security. And by comparison, leaving from Corpus Christi took about 15 minutes. Travelers are still urged to arrive at least 3 hours early, anticipating possible disruptions.
So the Trump administration's move to put ICE agents inside airports is raising serious questions about civil rights. While the White House says that the presence of ICE agents will help TSA manage crowds and improve airport operations, critics warn it could create fear and confusion for travelers. So with that being said, I looked into what you need to know about your rights. Officials say ICE is not supposed to be doing routine immigration enforcement in the airport crowd control role, but your constitutional protections do still apply. You have the right to remain silent, and you are protected from unreasonable searches and seizures. TSA, though, can always require ID and conduct security screenings, including bag and body searches under airport rules. ICE generally cannot search you or your belongings without consent, a warrant, or legal justification. If detained, you have a right to a lawyer. Legal experts say do not sign anything you don't understand. Non-citizens may be required to carry immigration documents. Citizens, however, typically only need standard travel ID.
Well, howdy and happy Tuesday, Coastal Bend. I'm meteorologist Stephen Jones. Taking a live view from our Snoopy's Pier Skycam thanks to Matthew CCAC. We're sitting at about 70 degrees for our temperatures here. Winds out of the southeast about 8 miles an hour, or 7 miles an hour now. But either way, we don't have too much fog here in Corpus Christi, but as you work your way inland, there is some of those denser areas of fog out there. Towards the International Airport, we are reading about 3/4 of a mile of visibility. Alice reading down to 1/3 of a mile right now, and Hebbronville matching us here in Corpus Christi with about 0.8 miles of visibility right now. If you do run into some of this on your commute to work, just make sure to give yourself a little bit of extra caution on those roadways. Nonetheless, as we're waking up this morning, still waking up to the 60s. 65 degrees in Mathis, 62 your temperature in Alice so far, and we're also at 65 degrees in San Diego so far this morning, and we're matching that for Corpus Christi. The warm spots closer to the coast, the Naval Air Station and Rockport, both coming in about 70 degrees. But through the rest of the day, let's bring out a meteorologist's best friend, the Magic 8 Ball, of course. By 8 a.m., sitting at around that 67 degree mark. I'm still holding on to some of that patchy fog. Let's see how the rest of the day shapes up. By that noon hour, looking like partly cloudy skies starting to clear up some more, 79 degrees, and even more of a warm up on the way as we're heading into later portions of today. More of that sunshine on the way puts us at 84, if not 85 degrees for that daytime high here in Corpus Christi at least. As you work your way a little further inland, relative humidity drops and air temperatures go up. That's why Duval County chasing that 88 to 89 degree mark versus as you work your way towards the coast where relative humidity is higher, only around that 80 degree mark for your daytime high towards Rockport and Port Aransas today. But through the next few days, we're going to remain pretty warm and just about on a copy and paste forecast. 85 degrees tomorrow, 84 Thursday, and 86 degrees as we're heading into Friday. Plenty of sunshine each day, and that breeze out of the southeast about 10 to 20 miles an hour. All a result of our friend, the high pressure ridge working over the American Southwest. Once again, coming over the Lone Star State, and what that's going to mean, pretty stable temperatures for us here in Corpus Christi, and unfortunately not too much in terms of that rainfall. Through the next 7 days, it does want to touch up into the isolated category, but I think that's just registering more of that fog that could show up into the next couple of days, just producing some of that dew on your windshield, so really not anticipating too much rain. And when you consider that ongoing drought with how dry everything is out there right now, we've once again got that moderate and high fire danger today and into tomorrow and even into our Thursday. So for our final full week of March, just something to be mindful of. No outside burning, especially with those ongoing burn bans, but I do hope you're able to get outside and enjoy some of this nice weather. We've got plenty of sunshine and 85 degrees pretty much daily through Friday. Finally, that cold front arrives, dropping us to about 80 degrees by Saturday, kicking up just a brief rain chance, about 10%, and then we warm right back up heading into the end of March by next Tuesday.
Now, 6 things to know before you go.
Markwayne Mullin is the new Secretary of Homeland Security. The Senate confirmed the Oklahoma Republican on Monday. The final vote was 54 to 45. 2 Democratic senators voted for him. Republican Senator Rand Paul voted no. Mullin replaces Kristi Noem. President Trump ousted her after DHS agents killed 2 American citizens in Minneapolis. Mullin takes over while the agency remains shut down, and lawmakers are still negotiating funding legislation.
A Senate judiciary hearing is set for today to hear arguments about Arctic frost. So that was the investigation into President Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election results. 2 former FBI agents have filed a federal lawsuit. They say they were wrongfully fired because they were assigned to that investigation. They are part of a larger group of FBI employees that have been fired over the last year. The lawsuit is the latest court challenge over firings by FBI Director Kash Patel.
An explosion at a southeast Texas refinery is prompting safety concerns. It happened Monday at the Valero refinery in Port Arthur. Witnesses reported hearing a loud boom that shook homes. Fire officials say a heater unit may be involved. No injuries or evacuations have been reported, though, and emergency crews are now closely monitoring the air quality.
Well, the city of Mathis has a new police chief. John Matt Jones was sworn in last night. He brings more than 2 decades of experience to the job. He previously served as lieutenant and sergeant in Brownsville. Jones plans to focus on recruitment and improving emergency response times.
So high school seniors can learn about skilled trades tonight. The Craft Training Center is hosting Craft Your Career Night, and the center is located at 7433 Leopard Street. Instructions will give live demonstrations from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. Current students can also attend a job fair. The center will raffle off 3 scholarships to people who attend.
And the Chris 6 Hooks Kids Reporter program is back. Parents can sign up children between the ages of 6 and 13. The chosen kiddos will get to interview a Hooks player over at Whataburger Field. About 10 to 13 reporters will be selected this season. You can find the sign-up link on our website. That's christv.com.
Well, good Tuesday morning there. Coastal Bend taking a live view from our SPID Skycam. Still not tracking any of those major slowdowns, but we do have a steady flow of traffic working westbound there on SPID. Nonetheless, we're tracking temperatures in the 60s for most of us this morning, even as high as 70 degrees out there towards Rockport. Beeville coming in at 65 degrees, and out towards Kingsville, you're waking up to about 64 degrees. Something else to keep in mind as you're getting ready to head out for work today, that visibility towards Beeville and Alice, even towards the International Airport, reading closer to half and 3/4 of a mile. So just if you do run into some of that fog out there, something to be mindful of. Give yourself some extra caution on the roadways. Through the rest of our Tuesday, though, we're on the warm-up. That sunshine takes us back into the 80s this afternoon. I'm calling 85 degrees for our daytime high here in Corpus Christi. But if you're getting ready to head out for work today, here's how that traffic is currently flowing. No issues on the Harbor Bridge as of right now. Even for our major roadways here in Corpus Christi, going pretty well. Just one minor slowdown on Saratoga as you're getting close to Rodfield Road. And of course, back up there towards Live Oak County, drivers towards Three Rivers, just want to be mindful of those intermittent lane closures once again on I-37. That's between Highway 281 and Highway 59. That's going to last until 8 p.m. tonight, so just something to be mindful of. Other than that, we're shaping up for a good and green Tuesday morning. I'll have more details on the rest of the week coming up.
It can be both the best and hardest time of your life. Becoming a parent means more responsibility and less sleep. It can take time for your brain to adjust.
Mom brain has gotten a bad rap over the years.
Dr. Tamar Gore with the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center says mom brain can happen when there's a major transition becoming a parent, where you're juggling lots of new challenges like time management, mental fog, reduced focus, forgetfulness, and staying socially connected, all while functioning through severe sleep deprivation and hormonal shifts. Gore says during this time, the brain is changing.
It's actually just a really intentional growth in certain parts of your brain and a restructuring. And so just like when your house gets renovated, you have to put up with some dust and bother, but it's for long-term good.
Getting through mom brain struggles in the short term starts with recognizing what's happening, reframing your mindset, knowing that when you forget something or can't focus, there's a reason why, and it's okay. Next, take care of you.
You can't pour from an empty cup. And so it's really important that you're keeping your batteries filled as best you can.
Gore says that means prioritizing sleep when it's possible, eating healthy, exercising, showering and getting dressed every day, and going outside for fresh air and sunlight.
It's really just one part of what makes women Wonder Women and really makes them take on a lot of new tasks in their lives.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
So Disney is giving fans a first look at the new live-action Moana movie. The trailer shows Dwayne Johnson returning as Maui. He originally voiced the demigod in the 2016 animated hit, rather. Newcomer Catherine Lagaia steps into the lead role as Moana. She plays the teen who sets out to save her island home. Other cast members include John Tui and Frankie Adams as Moana's parents. Raina Owens takes on the role of Grandma Tala. The film hits theaters this July.
What can I say except you're welcome? Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah. I still got to catch up, though, on Moana 2, the animated version. We've only seen the first one, right?
Yeah, I will say this looks good live action, but like, it almost looks like a Snapchat filter, right? Like, what in the AI is going on here? It looks good, though. I'm totally down to see it.
Okay, I can agree, I think. I think it's looking pretty good, but I'm on the same page. Haven't seen Moana 2, so maybe going to need to catch up before it comes back out. But I take it y'all are fans then of the first one at least.
I really like the first one.
Yeah, it was good.
No, that first one really good, and either way, looking like it's a good day to stay inside. Maybe catch up on Moana 2 if we still need to. 85 degrees later today, looking pretty warm. Just kick on the AC and lay back in the couch, maybe relax if you can. Either way, it's going to be a good Tuesday. As we're kicking it off, let's take a look at this Coastal Bend Weather Watchers photo. This was the sunrise from just a couple days ago. Thank you to Tiffany Moreno Gonzalez for sending in this photo. This was over there from Port Aransas, and even though it's not Valentine's Day, still definitely feeling the love that Sunday morning. Either way, if you get any good shots like this one, maybe sunset shots or some storms, go ahead, take that quick picture and send it into our Coastal Bend Weather Watchers group. Could also see your photo featured on one of our broadcasts. As we're kicking off our Tuesday morning, though, here's a view of our studio from our studio sky cam of our sparkling city by the sea. Waking up to about 64 degrees so far. Winds out of the southeast about 5 miles an hour, and we're getting ready for that sunrise. And once it does come up, we should start to see that fog dissipating out there. Right now, still reading visibilities as low as 1/3 of a mile over at the International Airport. Also towards Alice, 1/2 of a mile of visibility, and Hebronville also sitting at just above 3/4 of a mile. So something to be mindful of this morning as you're heading out for work. Temperature-wise, let's take a closer look with our Chris 6 Neighborhood Weather Network. Starting off on the south side, Bent Trail Drive coming in at 66 degrees, matching that for Garden Court so far. The warm spot going to be Wind Willow Drive coming in at 67 degrees right now. Working a little bit inland towards Kingsville now, southwest Kingsville also reading that 67 degree mark, and we're matching that for Bishop, Badger, Meadowbrook so far. So waking up to mostly 60s out there, even a few 70s closer to the coast. But as we're getting ready for that dog walk, let's take a look at the forecast for it. Today's star going to be Jenna Hatch out there from Jim Wells County. Says her favorite place to take a walk is over by Lake Corpus Christi, and definitely looking like a good place to take a walk. Probably have some more land to walk on now too also. Either way, temperature is going to be on the rise. 73 degrees by 10 a.m. By that lunchtime hour, already 80 degrees on the board by noon this afternoon. As we're walking through the future tracker, though, we should top out in those mid-80s for most of us, even a few 90s sneaking on the board out towards Duval County. Going into tonight, we do it all again where we see the redevelopment of some of that cloud cover, even the chance for a little bit of patchy fog once again tomorrow morning. But then as we go into tomorrow afternoon, it will be on that rinse and repeat action, plenty of sunshine and on the warm up for us. This is all a result of that stubborn ridge of high pressure. Once again, we had one last week and we've got one for this final week of March now. It's returning overhead for the Lone Star State. That's going to mean some stable temperatures here in town and unfortunately not too much in terms of those rain chances. For our forecast highs through the next few days, you can see how they peak there by Friday, but going into Saturday, we do have our next cold front back on the board by Friday night into Saturday, I should say. That drops us from 86 on Friday to 80 degrees for that daytime high on Saturday. Kicks up just about a 10 to 20% rain chance, so not exactly what we need, but hey, we'll still take it if we get any in the bucket. Going into next week, getting ready to close out March by Tuesday, we're warming back up to those mid-80s, so not too bad, you guys. I just wish there was some more rain on the 7-day forecast.
Right? If this is spring weather, what is summer going to look like?
We are definitely on the warm-up, but I've still got my fingers crossed for it.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, hey, thank you so much, Stephen. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, viewers at home. We always appreciate you welcoming us into your home each and every day. We hope you have a fantastic one.